Robin, and I've been asked recently how you work out at home with little kids, and I absolutely did this. I started when this one was a baby, and I had a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I could still make it work. It wasn't easy, it wasn't perfect, some days it didn't really work at all, but I did make it work. And so here is my best tips. So I got this toy out, and now Sam's playing with it, because that's what happens. So what I would do when they were little is I had certain toys that they were only allowed to play with while I was working out. So they were special. That was the only time I got to play with them. And there was a few I had, and I would just kind of rotate them so they didn't get bored of them. It was always exciting, and it was like, these are the only toys you get, or these are the only time you get to play with these is when mommy's working out. And the key is you have to pick something that they can do themselves that they don't need help with. So this is a building toy, but it's an easy building toy. And you know, it was good when they were little. Apparently it's still good. So something else I would do is I got them all their own mats, because I would find that they would be trying to be on my mat, they would be on top of me, they'd be climbing on me. And if you're just starting to work out, which I was, and I wasn't fit, and it was already really hard, trying to do it with a kid on your back, it's not that easy. But giving them their own space really made a difference. So they all had their own mats. And it's kind of like a defined space. So it's like you go on your mat and you do your workout like mommy, right? So that would sometimes work. And I would also have something kind of like something that we're going to do together after. And it took a while for that to really work, because it takes a while for them to kind of get. You have to be consistent with it. So I would do something like this. My kids really love to play games with me, so we would play a game like Zingo or like Curious George, something that they really like to do with me. And that would be waiting for after. And I would have to remind them a lot in the beginning that it wasn't until after I was done my workout that we were going to do that. But eventually that really worked well as well. Now there was times that none of this worked. And so especially when there was times when my younger two would be napping, and that's when I would work out. And that would be the time that my older daughter got screen time. And that was her only screen time in the day. So she was focused. She was not bothering me. So, you know, you could have a computer near where you're working out. And I always just moved around where I was working out depending on what was working for the kids that day. Like there was times I was working out in the living room and the kids were having a tea party in the kitchen, and I would pause my workout like 50 bazillion times to pour some more tea and, you know, refill their little milk jug or whatever. So it wasn't ideal, it wasn't perfect, but it still I still got my workout in. Or if they were playing in the playroom really well, I might do my workout there, so I'm with them, so they're not going to come searching for me. And I can help them if they need help. I'm right there, but often they would just continue playing. And what happened, the more I did it, and the more I was consistent with it, because I was really determined to keep working out, because it made me feel so much better and so much happier, that I just kept going, and I just kept being consistent, and they started to respect that. And now, I mean, I don't even think Sam remembers a time when I didn't work out, do you? No, she doesn't, because it's just been, it's consistent. And they know that my workout time is important to me, and so they might come down while I'm working out, but they don't say, you know, you need to stop working out and you need to play with me or anything. They just wait until I'm done my workout. And I'm not doing long workouts, usually they're like half an hour, so it's not a big deal. I started with 10-minute workouts because I didn't feel like half-hour workouts I could even really do and keep them busy. So you can start small. You don't have to start with an hour and a half long workout. I mean, that's going to be overwhelming for anybody. So if you're struggling with this, just keep going, keep experimenting, and just see what works for your kids. But there's going to be, and you got to just be consistent. You got to stick with it. And they're going to figure out, okay, my mom actually is going to stick with this and she means it. So I guess I'll just play on my own while she works out. And we have a new workout that's coming out tomorrow, actually, that you can do with your kids. And so that's another idea, especially in the beginning. They're really excited to work out with you, but they don't usually last. It doesn't usually last the half hour, right? So you could maybe start your workout with your kids, and then when they lose interest, you just continue on your own. So that's another option. I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be fun. Are you going to do that with me, Sam? Yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. And if you have other tips about how you manage working out with your kids, I'd love to hear them. And it'd be great to share, because I think it's an issue that a lot of us deal with. It's so much easier to work out at home versus taking the kids out to a gym, or putting them in, you know, finding a babysitter or whatever so you can go to the gym to work out. But there is still, you know, still things that you have to do to make it work at home. Okay, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. It's Halloween. I hope you're excited. I know my kids are.